Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we'll be talking about some big news that have come out in the last day or so, um, including certain departures that could be on the way and other bits of news that are related to Real Madrid. And I will be giving sort of my views and my opinions on them. Um, Look, I think that um I think this is a very interesting talking point right now, and I think it's very subjective, and I think that you know it's just my opinion, right? But let's get into it. So first of all, on your screen you can see it, and I think you probably have already read about it or heard about it online. But this is Fabrizio Romano tweeting this: Olympique Marseille are keen on signing Dani Ceballos as dream target for the midfield. Initial talks took place, not an easy deal with Real Madrid, but Olympique Marseille are trying. Loan with option to buy being discussed. Now, as a recording, in the night time, for me at least, of Tuesday, 26th of August, um, nothing has been signed yet, nothing has been agreed yet, no here we goes yet, so it's sort of still going on. I think that there might be a little bit of a um, disagreement. Wouldn't really be the right word, but the fee, I think, for the amount, for the loan maybe, or maybe for um, the option to buy fee, hasn't been agreed yet. So I think Real Madrid are happy to let Dani Ceballos go. I think it has been very clear in the last couple of years that Real Madrid have always been happy to let him go, but he has never really forced the move. No teams really came in with offers that were legitimate and serious about signing him. You heard about rumors of him going back to Real Betis, and maybe other Spanish clubs or Premier League clubs might come in to sign him, either on permanent or loan deals, but nothing concrete really came true. This is a concrete deal from Olympique Marseille. They want him for the midfield, of course. What do I think about the deal? I don't expect Real Madrid to get a huge sum from this deal. Look, I've always had that belief that Dani Ceballos is a good player, but I don't think he is the step that Real Madrid should be looking at. Look, what he has achieved, what he has done, has been good. And I'm not trying to say anything bad, but is he really the guy to bring us forward? Now, there is a difference between selling Dani Ceballos and keeping with what we have versus selling Dani Ceballos and bringing a player who is better. Now, if the plan is to sell him and do nothing, then we have a problem. But if Real Madrid sell him to free up another space to bring in someone else who's better and maybe have more potential, I'm all for it. But obviously, as the way things are looking right now, people are obviously saying, I think that it's very likely that, Real Madrid are not going to bring in anyone, and Thiago Pitash is going to be relied upon. Is he at that stage, at that level yet? I don't think so. But ultimately, we have seen the likes of Gonzalo Garcia. Last season, we saw Jacobo Ramon. We have seen Alvaro Rodriguez, Nico Pass. So many young academy players come through in recent years, last couple of years, and they've made their breakthrough, and they're either still at the club or they've been sent out. And Real Madrid are sort of banking on that now, but I still think that you need a now player. You need a player for the now, right? Not for 5 years, not for 10 years, now. And we know Real Madrid need a midfielder, a player who can do the job that Toni Kroos was able to do. Control the tempo of the game. We've said this many times. I don't think we need to explain it anymore. But the closest player we had to doing that last season on the pitch was Dani Ceballos. Now, I'm not saying that he was a perfect player to do the job, and I'm not saying that he is the perfect player to do the job. But if you're planning to get rid of him, what is the alternative? What is the replacement? What is the options we have? You can't be selling someone and not thinking, yeah, right, we are going to replace that player. Because the attributes that we need, he is able to do to a certain extent. And I don't think anyone else in that midfield is able to do right now. So, what is the core? What is the replacement? And I want it to be something and not a blank check. I don't want it to just be, yeah, nothing. Because that will be a very disappointing thing to hear and to see, really, to be honest. But for Dani Ceballos, I think we have to look at the player side. Obviously, I think he really, really wants this move. He's going to go to Marseille, probably be a starter. Obviously, we have seen the Kone and Rabiot incident. So, if Rabiot does leave, he will probably be the starter. And even if Rabiot stays, I think he will be a starter. Obviously, the World Cup is coming up next year. Getting game time is very key to be a starter for Spain. So I think he's sort of looking out for himself, and I think that he knows that by staying at Real Madrid, he's always going to be, 5th, 6th choice. When you look at Jude Bellingham when he comes back, Fede Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Arda Güler is playing there, and you could even argue the likes of Thiago Pitash might be prioritized more because he's a younger player with greater potential, and he has been looking quite good. And obviously Mastantuono can play there as well. So yeah, I think on paper you look at it that way, yes, but like I said, none of those players mentioned have the attributes that we really, 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 really need. So I think for Dani Ceballos, it's a great move. For Real Madrid, I would say it's a good move if we get a replacement in who can do the job that we need to. And I don't know. I think Xabi Alonso, there have been reports suggesting that Xabi Alonso thinks the same. So it's not just fans. I think Xabi Alonso knows and thinks the same. Changes can be made if replacements are brought in. It's as simple as that, right? It's as simple as that. But if Dani Ceballos does we'll make a video on it. We'll make a full length video on it. So this is just sort of like 60%, 70% of the way there, right? Now, we've got some other bit of news. This is the big news, of course, for today. We have got this. Now, this came out, I think, yesterday morning. If I'm not mistaken, oops. Yeah, this came out, I think, yesterday morning as well. For me, at least, when I'm recording this. Real Madrid had big role in stopping Nico Paz's proposal worth 70 million euros from Tottenham Hotspur. Real Madrid are happy with Nico Paz staying at Como this season, but his move to Real Madrid, in summer 2026 is increasingly likely. He's expected to join Real Madrid next season. Now you might be wondering, what the hell are you talking about here? Okay. Obviously, Real Madrid have sent Nico Paz back out to Como. And with this sort of deal, that he has gone for to Como. Basically, Real Madrid have the I wouldn't say right. I mean, technically it is, but basically Real Madrid have the option to buy Nico Paz back next summer for about I want to say 10 million euros. Now, people are wondering, like, why would Como reject 70 to let him go for 10 next summer? First of all, what Nico Paz will do on the pitch might be more helpful in the long term when you think about next season if Como can somehow get European football, which they looked good last season. If they can make that push, that will generate them revenue. And secondly, Real Madrid, we know Real Madrid as a club, as an institute. They won't just be paying 10. I believe that on paper it says Real Madrid will be paying 10 million euros. There have been reports suggesting that Real Madrid will, give, quote, give something else, something more to Como, and that could be a little bit more. I don't know if that's part of the deal, part of the clause, but maybe as like a thank you, sort of thing. I think Como are not losing out here. I think obviously on paper you say Como are losing 60 million euros, right? But if they make a good chunk of that by playing well, doing well, getting into Europe, I mean, look at Serie A, right? Who's to say that Como can't do it? And I think Real Madrid will do more. And look, if you can build up this sort of relationship, Jacobo Ramon has gone. Thiago Pitash in the future, he could be the one next, and more academy players could be going to Como and becoming like that sort of, I wouldn't say parent and sister company, but I would just say like a second club. It's not really what Chelsea are doing with Strasbourg, not really, but similar, right? So I think that I think on paper it looks like Como are losing out a lot, and in truth they are losing out on 60 million euros now. But for the long term, it could be more beneficial. I don't know. It could be. It might not be. Who knows? But yeah, I think Nico Paz has a lot of great potential. I think he's a very good player. He's proven it. Obviously, the Champions League winning season, scored that goal against Napoli. Then went to Como, did really well. Really helped Como, one of the few bright stars there. And he's now going to be part of their team, part of a group of players who could be pushing for European football. And when he comes back, he'll be more experienced, older. And again, I don't know that Real Madrid need him. But hey, I mean, as Real Madrid fans who like to be sport, obviously we're gonna say it's a good deal, right? Anyways, yeah, I think as a player, obviously it'll be a good deal, but again, in a year's time, how are things gonna look? Where will he play? How will he fit in? Those are the kind of questions that, it's gonna be answered. It's gonna have to be answered one way or another. But finally, just want to end off on this. To make it shorter. Here. There we go. Exclusive Lucas Vázquez to Bayer Leverkusen. Here we go. Deal agreed with former Real Madrid right back who joins Bayer Leverkusen as free agent. Medical already done secretly. And deal to be signed on Tuesday. Exclusive story from last night. And deal done. And you can see the bomb, the lock. Yeah, I'm very happy for Lucas Vázquez. I don't know who. Okay, Eric Ten Hag, right? I don't know where he will play in Eric Ten Hag's system. Can he play at right back because he might be less exposed? Will he be used as a winger? I don't know. But Lucas Vázquez, we never questioned his work rate, his effort, and his leadership skills. But I just think that age has caught up, and I don't think that he is physically capable of playing against some of the best players in the world as a right back. Now, if he goes to the Bundesliga, plays at right back, doesn't get caught out as much, or maybe plays a winger to help out because we know he can do the offensive side of game better, go ahead. I think that would be a very good, smart move, especially on a free. But yeah, I'm just obviously very grateful for Lucas Vázquez, what he has done, and just wish him all the best. So this kind of, I was wondering like a few days ago, like I was scrolling through like Transfermarkt, and I was looking at deals done, and there was Luka Modric, free agent to AC Milan. Then Lucas Vázquez was there, still a free agent. I was thinking surely a team maybe in La Liga maybe pick him up, and Bayer Leverkusen has done it. So fair enough to them. I wish him all the best because Bayer Leverkusen are a rival. So yeah, there's that. But that is pretty much it for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the number state, subscribe to just on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.